Hey everyone, I'm Coach Toni. Welcome to Coach Toni's Table, where the madness always meets the method. This is the launch of the writing on the board. Let's get into it. Thank you to all who are tuning in, whether you are watching or listening. I am so grateful for your support and thank you in advance for your continued support. I have a lot of dreams for this channel, this platform, and it can only get there with your support. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Please continue to tune in each and every Friday at 12 noon, or I guess whenever you get a chance, and I will appreciate it. Okay. Let's get right into it because my goal is to get you in and out. My name is Coach Toni. I am the founder of Coach Toni's Table and Play Math Grow. I am a New York City certified educator. I've been in the classroom for about 10 years and I am professionally certified. So that's it. Like, I got the highest certification I can get in terms of teaching in New York City. And I'm frustrated. I am frustrated. And the gag is that I'm not the only one. Okay. So let's talk about what this platform is. Why the writing on the board? Those of you who know the saying, the writing on the wall, right? Or if you don't, it comes from a biblical story. The hand appears and writes a message on the wall. Thing about it, though, is that not everybody who's watching this message be written can read it, right? So we got to find someone to read it. Find a person to read it, person reads it, and basically what the message says is it's about to go down, hide your kids, hide your wife, right? And we all know that's not the real message, but it basically, in our terms, that's what it said. And it went down. And so now in modern times, when you say the writing on the wall, it's like the message of impending doom was there or is there. You're best to figure out how to read it. Let me translate it for you, something along those lines. The teacher wall is our board, right? And so I created the writing on the board because the way I feel right now, and I know I'm not the only one, is that teachers are crying out for help and are not being heard. That is a fact. We are letting people know what's going on and we're not being heard. And the thing that I know is that it's very hard to really vent or to express yourself in a space where retribution is real, especially if you're not a unionized employee, right? If you're not part of a union, you can get fired tomorrow for saying something that disturbs you or bothers you. This impending doom is definitely coming because we factually are in a teacher shortage. Teachers are fed up. They are quitting. They are leaving left, right, and center. Districts are begging for us to come back, offering crazy sign-on bonuses. I don't know where they get this money from. Like, they could have had it. But let me digress. These sign-on bonuses just let me know that our salary could have been high a long time ago. Anyway, they're asking for us back. Okay. And we're not coming back. We're just quitting. And social media is allowing us to see each other quit. You know, there's posts like, oh, I left today. I'm fed up. I'm done. I'm walking out, whatever the case may be. And it's just happening and happening and happening. And literally to be honest, the majority of teachers who are staying like out of necessity. They need this check. So it would be a lot worse. And it's going to get a lot worse because everyone has their breaking point. Me noticing that tells me a few things. The fact that we are getting invitations to come back into the classroom means that we are now in a place of bargaining power. The fact that we do not have a nationally recognized organization that deals with standards for teacher treatment means that it makes it harder for us to identify with others that are in the same space but not necessarily paralleled with us. And so we need somewhere that helps us connect each other or connect to each other, that helps us turn around and say, this is what we're looking for nationwide. I hope to be that platform. Is that ambitious? Of course. Am I somebody? Not really yet. However, I, like I said in the opening, would love your support in helping me to get to that place. So what happens on the writing on the board? I will either host a episode by myself where I read anonymous submissions from teachers and I discuss what it is, right? Do I have the answers? No, but I hope that my discussion or my soliloquy, if you will, about the post will encourage conversations that can help change what we know as the education space as it is. Okay. I will hope to have certain types of guests on. One would be educators, other educators that can help me comment on these posts that are anonymous. Two, participants in the ed tech space. Technology is our future, right? We are talking about crypto, NFTs, the virtual reality space. And the thing about it is students are not being shielded from these things, right? They are just as exposed as we are. And we need to start to figure out a way to adapt to the changing landscape of our reality so that we can create a safe educational space wherever students decide to go, including into the realms of social media and the metaverse, universe, whatever verses that we got going on out there, right? The other type of guests are people who are successful in their own right. I think it's so important to ask them, what about the education system we can keep, right? Like, what worked for you? What stood out for you? Which teacher and what did they do? Because the thing about it is that what was very clear is that we need to restructure our education system. The thing that makes me feel like people ain't reading the writing on the board is that we have elected officials going back to normal, back to normal, back to normal. And the thing about it is normal hasn't worked for a very long time. Let me tell you something about Coach Toni. I have wanted to be a teacher since kindergarten. I think before that, actually. And every time I tell adults that, when they ask me, oh, what do you want to be? And I say a teacher, they're like, you can be a lawyer or a doctor. You know, you won't get paid. Teachers get abused, right? And that's since I was a baby. So it's been bad since then, because if people who are not in the space can tell you like, oh, you know, dream bigger, don't do that, right? Why would you want to do that? It hasn't been working. So for officials to say back to normal means that they clearly can't read the writing on the board, and they need us to translate. They need us to tell them, in layman's terms, what is going on. Now, the other thing is that it's like almost impossible. Even if we cared about getting back to that kind of normal, we don't, right? I'm pretty sure we don't. The pandemic has made it that we have to pivot. Even like just the implications of being in a classroom with that many kids when the social distancing recommendation was 6 feet, like the implication of teachers who have health conditions, right? Or the implications of needing to now be that good at technology when you're used to chalk dust, right? Like there's so much about what the pandemic has forced us to do that makes normal look crazy. The last 2 years, students haven't really been in the classroom. So on top of that, we're talking about widespread cheating. Whether or not students have really accomplished the standards they were supposed to accomplish is a question mark. Back to normal should not be what anybody wants right now, except that is what everybody's pushing. And that's why teachers are saying, peace out. You're not going to find me. Kiss my behind. It's not working out. So what I want the writing on the board to do is to help us start these conversations. I want to illuminate your voice. I am only going to speak after someone's voice has been illuminated. And what I want to ask any educator out there to do is to make sure that you use whatever platform you are given. If you are given, a space to bargain, help those around you. And by around you, I mean in this entire nation. Let me explain what I mean by that. It's so important that we realize that there are pockets of us that are going through similar things and pockets of us that are going through different things, and the whole nation of us that are going through the same thing. Social media has made it easy for us to start to connect with people in other states and other countries too, and to start to see and compare. But we're not fully there yet, right? We're not fully at a place where we can really speak to what each state is going through, right? We don't have that federal level of protection for teachers that allows us to say, like, this is how we want to be treated. This is how we want to be paid. This is how it doesn't exist. So If you continue to listen, please continue to listen. When you continue to listen, thank you in advance. You may hear an episode where the topic doesn't apply to you, right? But the reason why I choose the post is because I'm seeing repeat offenses. Like I'm seeing repeat posts about this. Like I have so many submissions already. I've been putting out feelers and asking people to tell me what they need, what they want. And I see stacks and stacks of the same topic, which means when I'm telling you about it on my platform, it means teachers want this. And if you're ever in a position to interview your principal, right? If you're going back into the classroom or you're changing schools or whatever the case may be, or you are in a position to affect change on the government level, please keep in mind the trials and tribulations that don't plague you as well, and use your space. So I'm going to talk to STEM teachers for a second because I'm a STEM educator and I'm no longer in the classroom right now. Okay. I have accepted the consulting side of things. We'll talk about that in another episode. I'm not in the classroom right now. And I get inboxes every single day asking me to come back to the classroom because math is such a needed subject, right? And as a STEM educator, we have a lot of bargaining power because STEM means that we can be up in banks and labs and wherever else we want to be getting mad money. We do not need the stress, but we do love teaching. I love to, I cannot wait till I can get back into the classroom in an environment that's safe for me. I cannot wait. So as a STEM educator, if I ever sit in front of somewhere, I'm going to advocate for the needs of people around me, whether they're my needs or not. So when I sit in front of that principal, I'm going to be like, so do you participate in this? Do you have this? Do you provide this? Can you do, oh, you don't. I cannot join you. I'm so sorry. And the thing about it is they may be inclined to move because the desperation is real. We have a teacher shortage, a school bus shortage, not school bus shortage, school bus driver shortage, substitute teacher shortage. The shortages are real out here. And so my plea to everyone is please, please, please understand the power of your voice now, because we need to cater to our students. So I hope that from this point on, right, whether or not I'm here by myself or here with a guest, I can add value to your conversations, and we can blow this platform up to a place where people have to listen. Because we're quitting and we're talking, right? We are talking. So once again, www.thewritingontheboard.com/submit, or you can go to thewritingontheboard.com and just hit the submit button. Let me know what we got to talk about. And I will anonymously amplify the voices of all the teachers across this nation, and then let people know about this platform so that we can get to a point where people are saying, like, this is what teachers want. Right there, right there. Let's get it done. That's really it. My little brother lost his legs recently, and it's a I don't even have words for what I've been through in the last few years. What the healthcare system does to Black men. And even through everything my brother's been through, he has made it very clear that he wants me, his guardian, to still go after my dreams. And he wants me to be 100% successful, and he wants me to take no mess. And I'm so inspired by the fact that he is not bothered by the journey we have to go on, which will be a journey. Like, we've been on a journey, but we still have so far to go with rehab and paying for the rest of his treatments and his legs and all that other stuff. It's a lot, but I'm so inspired by him that I will always dedicate every episode to him. So it's been about 15 minutes of me yammering on. I'm done. Tune in. The new drops happen every single Friday at noon. I would love to see participants in this space. Please follow me on Instagram at The Writing on the Board. This is Coach Toni, signing off for the first time, but not the last time. Thank you for joining me. I'll catch you on the next one.